Diomande to Arsenal transfer battle is on. Welcome to the welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokan David. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Remember, we are powered by Think Landscaping, dealers in outdoor services, outdoor space services, gardens, compounds, and so on and so forth. They transform them, they design them, they plan them. If at all you really have one and you feel like you need to design it, plan it, and transform it, Think Landscaping is the answer to all what you want. They also do maintenance. If at all you already have your green garden in there for you and all is going on well as planned, please go ahead and obviously put in a very huge shift in there for you, and you will go ahead and really thank me later in here onto this beautiful channel of ours. If at all you want to advertise with us, just contact us on this number +256 703 244 292. That is where you obviously get it. I repeat it, +256 703 244 292. That's how you can advertise with us in here onto our beautiful channel in here for you. So from there, let's obviously head into this story. Diomande was first wanted by two teams. Arsenal was there. Man United looked at him, but two clubs that showed interest in Diomande were Liverpool and PSG, to an extent that they wanted to obviously get this deal done when the guy is still at the World Cup. But I tell you what, things never went on as planned. Things never went on as planned. And I want to obviously dig out this transfer well such that you understand how we reached to Arsenal going in for Diomande and the transfer battle starting, because that's the most important bit of it all. Not so? It's the most important bit of it all. So let's obviously gel down into this. PSG and Liverpool were the first obviously to go for Diomande. You understand? And RB Leipzig came out and said, whoever doesn't have, is it 130 million euros? It's like 16 million pounds is not taking Diomande. And obviously Liverpool are the first to pull out. You understand, because they felt like that is so much. And Paris Saint-Germain went ahead to obviously try and push to get in this guy. But guess what happened? This is what first happened. Paris Saint-Germain are unlikely to pursue RB Leipzig star Diomande due to difficulties over personal terms. The decision could boost Liverpool's hopes of signing Diomande, with Liverpool now turning their attention elsewhere. Bournemouth attacker El Coupi Jr. has emerged as the new target for the French champions in there for you. So PSG pulled out first of the deal. You understand? They pulled out of the deal, and Liverpool had the chance to obviously stay in this solo run to obviously get the deal done and dusted, something that Liverpool also failed to do. Then Diomande from Bild from Germany told us that Diomande's camp is becoming impatient with PSG. They want the club to speed things up and make a concrete move, while Liverpool, Arsenal and Man City are now also watching the situation. RB Leipzig are asking for 120 million euros, something that PSG is not willing to pay for Diomande. There for you. So this is how things built up, and Arsenal was like, all right, you guys are dilly-dallying around, and we need the player after losing Morgan Rogers, because after losing Morgan Rogers, that's when Arsenal gets back to Diomande, though he was onto their transfer list. I tell you, he was there already, but they were focusing so much onto a player known as Morgan Rogers. When Morgan Rogers crossed to Chelsea, Arsenal was like, let's go and revisit the deal of Diomande there for you. And they went ahead and revisited it. And this is where Fabrizio Romano came up and obviously told us the following, that Arsenal made contact with Diomande's agent to understand if there is a possibility to enter the race. You understand? And this was after the World Cup. after Morgan Rogers crossed to Chelsea, Arsenal went ahead to make contact with Yan Diomane's with Yan Diomane's agents to understand if there is a possibility to enter the race. Now, what race? Arsenal had already known that there are two teams that are raising up their hand to sign Yan Diomande, Liverpool and PSG, and they're like, let's contact Yan Diomane's agent to see whether there is a club that is really serious, or the deal is already done and dusted, or we can obviously come in through and do the job. Because he knew to it that the moment you saw teams like PSG putting in their bid, that got rejected, that means personal terms were not the problem in there for you. So he was like, wait a little bit. Yan Diomande is still available. He was on my list. Can I obviously go in for him? And they made the contact, and the reply was not given to us. But I tell you, the following story we got came in through from Bild Germany that another club had joined the race of Yan Diomande, and it was Man City. But they told us that Arsenal and Man City are competing to sign RB Leipzig winger Yan Diomande. Liverpool previously tried to land the 19-year-old, but RB Leipzig rejected £69 million. I think that was like 80 million euros. The Ivorian international remains in demand as Arsenal and City consider moves this summer. Now, as PSG and Liverpool were phasing out, and it looked like Arsenal were going into this race alone, guess who entered the race? It was a team known as Manchester City. Man City came in through and obviously entered the race. Now, and it was now back to two teams going in for Yan Diomande, Arsenal and Man City. And the transfer battle was on. You understand? Are you understanding where we are coming in from? Because I've been very, very clear that I'm going to paint you this picture from where it came in from, reaching to Arsenal, reaching to Man City, and then Real Madrid. All right. So that is it. Those teams, Man City, join the race in there for you. And this confirms to you that Arsenal are not gonna stop on only Zolis when it comes to signing what we call left forwards. You understand? That means there is one more left forward Arsenal is interested in, because they wouldn't have gone ahead to make the inquiry on Yan Diomande if at all they never wanted, if at all they had called it off or sealed it off when it comes to the left forward players in there for you. From there, obviously, a club known as Man City came in through, and they're like, we are having only one player who can play as a left forward at Man City that we trust, who goes by names of Jeremy Doku, and we need another left forward, and they are in for Yan Diomande. You understand? So that's how it really got tense and tense and tense and tense and tense and tense. And Arsenal was competing with City, and they are like, let's compete with City and see how things really pan out. But the inquiry included knowing the amount of money that is really needed in there for you. So, today night, a bomber went ahead to be dropped by Fabrizio Romano. It was all about Real Madrid coming in through and obviously telling Arsenal and Man City, you are just competing, but you're not putting money on the table. Or for our sake, we are obviously going in to put money on the table. And it's Fabrizio Romano reporting. Real Madrid sent a €100 million official bid to RB Leipzig this week. 90 million euros plus 10 million euros of add-on proposal on the table. RB Leipzig have rejected as they ask for more than 100 million euros to let Diomande leave. Real remain in talks. PSG in talks for weeks, but no agreement yet with RB Leipzig in there for you. So, now, I think this is beyond a transfer battle. PSG is in, Real Madrid is in, Man City is in, Arsenal is in. You understand? 4 teams, big enough, are battling up for this guy, known as Yan Diomande. It shows you how good this guy is, and I don't know who is obviously going to come in and sweep in and obviously take the player. So, Real Madrid comes in through, and when Madrid comes in through, that shows you that Vinicius Junior's future is in question marks, you know, and that really speaks volumes on where Madrid want to be, you know. And I've had a story that I'm obviously going to be doing, I think, in the next 1 or 2 hours, that Yan Diomande wants to play as a right forward. And many teams want to play him as a left forward. I'm like, who comes in through and decides where to play? I think it's the manager, you know. So, I think Yan Diomande at his age, he has not reached a level of deciding on what flank he wants to play on. You get? I think he needs to get in some 2-3 good hairs at a top level, and then he'll be having a say on which side of the attacking midfield he wants to play. So, that is it. Then, Fabrizio Romano, David Austin also said, Real Madrid enter race to sign Yan Diomande from RB Leipzig. Real Madrid in club-to-club contacts with RB Leipzig over winger. Paris Saint-Germain interests remain. 19-year-old chose PSG as next destination, but not yet at level of finance required. So, the player has always wanted to go to PSG. He has chosen PSG over any other team, but PSG is spoiling up things. They are not wanting to pay that amount of money because they too believe it's too much. And they were like, let's all go in and sell Bacola first, and then we really get this deal out of the way. But for Bacola, things have not gone on well as planned. That is it, because it's now Liverpool alone in the race. And if the player is willing to run his 2-year contract down and you don't have a bidding war, then there is no way you can tell us that you can get 130 million euros from Bacola. You understand? He was good at the World Cup, but he never really went ahead to obviously explode to a level of calling in for 130 million euros in there for you. Arsenal in the picture, Man United in the picture. But I don't think that there is a person who will pay 130 million euros for Bradley Bacola. They just have to understand that I think the match they can get is like 100 million euros, and they're like, let's get that and see how things really go on. So, Madrid is now in club-to-club talks. They've reached the level of PSG. That means Arsenal and Man City are not yet at the level of Real Madrid and PSG. But in the summer transfer window or in any transfer, you only say a team is far off on the information you are getting, because it has not come from nowhere for Madrid to put in a bid. That means talks have been on that we have not been told. You understand? Real Madrid was so much on to Rodri, and they're like, let's get Rodri in. Yet they're looking in for Yan Diomande, and now it's on. So, I do believe that Arsenal might also be somewhere. Man City might also be somewhere on this deal that we haven't gotten to know. You understand? So, let's wait and see how things really pan out in there for you. Now, Fabrizio, after dropping the bomber, has also told us the following about Manchester City and Manchester City and Arsenal situation on Yan Diomande in there for you. So, Man City and Arsenal made calls for Yan Diomande over the last 10 days, but players not opening doors. No bids from Premier League clubs. Plus, only club going all in to face PSG is Real Madrid, with first 90 million euros plus 10 million euros rejected. Looks like Yan Diomande is like, I'm not coming to the Premier League, and is like, however much you want me, I'm not coming. And PSG has gone ahead to come in. I don't know whether Real Madrid have been given the green light, but I tell you, no serious clubs leaves a transfer not until it's done, because however much a player is like, I want to go to PSG, now Real Madrid is in, he has gone ahead to open door for him, and is like, I'm not going to the Premier League. And we need to know why he's not going to the Premier League, because if you're going to PSG and you're Yan Diomande, you are making a very big mistake. I tell you, a very, very big mistake. And what's that very, very big mistake if at all Yan Diomande? PSG has its front line that Yan Diomande can touch. Doe, Osman Dembele, Kivisha Kvaratskhelia. Of those three, who is Yan Diomande going to bench? That is the huge question. Who is Yan Diomande going to bench? And that is the big question, because very many players have gone ahead to destroy their careers because of the decisions they've gone ahead to make. I tell you, I don't think that Yan Diomande can bench Doe. He cannot bench Kvaratskhelia. He cannot bench Osman Dembele. Even if he goes ahead to obviously get a chance to play in there, I tell you, he won't enjoy himself as would have gone ahead to enjoy himself at Arsenal, at Liverpool. Because at a team like Arsenal, you are gonna be the priority starter. You understand? And you'll enjoy the number of minutes that you need. These mistakes have been made by players. Look at a player like Eden Hazard going to Real Madrid. Real Madrid had its own star players there. And Eden Hazard would have gone ahead to stay at Chelsea a little bit longer and obviously won a Ballon d'Or. Because where Chelsea was, they just needed 1 or 2 seasons to lift the Champions League. Eden Hazard was playing for Belgium, and there is no way he would miss out on a Ballon d'Or. He went to Real Madrid. You saw what happened. He collapsed from there. You get. So, I've seen players like Thierry Henry going to Barcelona, though he won the Champions League there for you. But his career went ahead to shrink. Antonio Griezmann, at his peak, when teams like Man United wanted him and others, he was like, let me go to Barcelona. And at Barcelona, Lionel Messi was the king. You understand? So, Yan Diomande is making a very, very, very big mistake. I tell you. Yan Diomande is making a very, very, very big mistake. Oh, sorry. I'm going to have to speak Luganda. So, he's making a very, very, very big mistake to go to that side known as PSG. If Real Madrid, I can hear why. Real Madrid might be selling Vinicius Jr. because Vini is not willing to renew his contract and is left with just 1 year, meaning that if they don't sell him now, they will obviously lose out onto some good money. So they're like, let's get in Yan Diomande and let's move on Vinicius Jr. And I tell you, very many clubs will be willing to pay 100 million euros for Vini Jr. because of his quality and class and age there for you. So, from there, on the right forward, obviously Yan Diomande can really get a very good go on the right because they don't have that quality right forward. And that means Real Madrid have moved on from Olise to bring in Yan Diomande. So for me, I wouldn't advise Yan Diomande to go to PSG. But to Man City, yes, he can compete there. To Real Madrid, he can. Liverpool, he can. Arsenal, he can. So, if I'm Yan Diomande, I either go to Arsenal, Liverpool, Real Madrid, or Man City. I cannot even tempt myself to go ahead and really play at PSG because PSG, my man, unless you have some juju with you that will see Kivisha Kvaratskhelia or Doe get injured, and if PSG go all out and really get in a center forward, then it will get worse because Osman Dembele will be shifted to the right. Kivisha Kvaratskhelia on the left. Bradley Barcola is also still there. That means Doe and Barcola on the bench, plus Yan Diomande. So, Yan Diomande, you are destroying your career. Don't go to PSG, however much you love it. Just find yourself doing the needful. Neymar destroyed his career when he came in through at Barcelona. People say he went at PSG, but for me, the worst move he made was to come to Barcelona because Barcelona was all about one thing, Lionel Messi. And there was a chance for him to go to Bayern Munich because Pep went to Bayern Munich and he was calling the guy, he called the father of Neymar and told him, please, I want to sign the player. And the player was like, I want to go to Barcelona. Big worst mistake made. Career suicide. You understand? So, If Neymar went into Bayern Munich and played some seasons there, he would have gone ahead to play some good seasons in there for you. And then Real Madrid would have gone ahead to come for him as a star signing for Ronaldo's void that he had left to go to Juventus. Barcelona would have gone ahead to obviously look out for him when they wanted a a person to fill the void for Messi. But you can't go to a team that has Messi and you think you'll shine. Big mistake made there for you. And when he went to PSG, fighting for that face of the team with a man known as Kylian Mbappe. You understand? So if you are Neymar, you need to be at a team when you are the God. When you are the God, everyone is like he's the face of the team. You understand? So, thank you guys for watching it through. Rokani David remains my name. Your thoughts on Diomande to Arsenal transfer battle on. Will Diomande go to Real Madrid, Arsenal, PSG, and so on? Where will he be playing next season? Rokani David is my name. Good morning, and first video of the day. Early morning Kickstarter, early morning opener of this big story that was broken by Fabrizio Romano in there for you. It's all about Diomande. 20 minutes discussing Diomande. And I don't know what your thoughts are about it, but we've gone ahead to drop it. So please, tell me your take-ins and take-outs out of this deal. Diomande transfer battle heats up. Where will Diomande be playing next season? That is the big question whose answer we are waiting for in here for you. So please, continue to subscribe because we're going to hit 29,600 subscribers. And through that, we will find ourselves in a position of really doing the needful and seeing to it that all goes on well as planned. Rokani David remains my name. Good morning. We are powered by Think Landscaping. Check them out. You will enjoy their services to the fullest. That is Think Landscaping for you. They design, they plan, they transform your outdoor spaces into what we think is the best of the best in that area. Bye-bye.